Hi everyone. Hello. Okay. I hope you can see my screen. So we are going to chalk and talk. I want to make sure I am on. Hold on one second here. Okay, I think I am on. I don't know. If anybody's here, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I'm still learning the live videos, so this is gonna be fun. But today we are going to do this transfer. So I am Connie Powell. Nice to have you here. And I am a independent chalk couture designer. And today we're gonna use this gorgeous board that we are going to chalk on. So, okay, I am going to show you, this is a design that I did probably 3 weeks ago, and now it's time to change it up. So that's one good thing about our products is they are easy to change and reuse. So this I used chalk paste, and I can wash it off easily on this gorgeous board. So this is our Aiden board. It's also magnetic. See? Ta-da! And hello. So I'm going to show you how I can just easily clean this off and then start applying a new design on it. Super easy. I love it. So all I do is just grab some water and I'm going to spray the surface. I'm just going to kind of spray, let that sit, and we will use a napkin to clean it. So while that's sitting for a minute, we're going to just wing this. It's live, right? Live videos are, you know, not scripted. They're just live. So when we mess up, we mess up. If we do great, then yay. So just to let you know a little bit, I have a little stuff that I wrote down about Chalk Couture in case you're new. They sell silk screen transfers, and these are called transfers. I used to call them stencils, but it's a silk screen. It's adhesive on the back of it. They are reusable. Some people get 20 uses or more out of them. It just depends how you care for them. And that's one great thing I love. We also carry a Chalkology paste. It goes on wet and it dries hard and then can be washed off easily with water. And we also use our board eraser if you start seeing shadowing. We also carry Couture ink, which is a more permanent and needs a heat set. So this can go on many different surfaces. All of these, the chalk paste and the inks, can go on many different surfaces, from canvas to wood to chalkboards to fabric, glass. So lots of different things that we can use this product on. So and let's see. Also, I signed up. There's 2 ways if you want to save money, let me know. You can get 40% off your products signing up as either a designer or a hobbyist. I can give you information about that. Or you can just purchase the products and display. So that's how I started, and then I went on to be a designer. Okay, so I'm just gonna take, now that I got that wet, and so basically I just kind of wash this off. I'm just removing the Chalkology paste. And I may, you know, like, have to scrub it a little bit because I've let this sit for a very, very long time. But it will come off. And sometimes I have to add a little more water. I love how easy it is to clean these. But I thought, you know, why not just come on live and show you how we do it on one of our surfaces. So This board is called the Aiden. And it is a reusable board, and I am just using a napkin with water to clean it. So. Now this is, when I put this transfer on this board, I did a lot of layer on it. So it just takes a little bit to scrub it off. And then I will just go ahead and set that over there. I'm gonna spray a little bit more. Sometimes you just have to add a little more water if you have it sit for a longer time. Now, if you're on and you can hear me, can you just give me a thumbs up or let me know? Because hopefully I've got the sound on and everything. So we're just cleaning this board from a previous design that I had done on this. But I want to show you that even when you have a lot of design covering your board like this, you can still easily get this off. Now, you can't do that on a canvas, right? You can paint your design, but once your design's on, it's on unless you repaint over it. So that's what I love about these products. It's so easy to design and repeat. So super cool. And okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta get a little more water there. I should let it sit for a second. Okay. And then I just sometimes I just take a couple napkins to clean it. And then we have board erasers, which are, where is my board eraser? Okay, they come in a round, but I always cut mine up in pieces. And then I will use that to get any shadowing effect that I might have left on and be done with that. So now here on my board, I went really close to the edge, so I'm having to just clean it off a little bit more. Add a little more water. I just love this stuff. It's so much fun. I love it. Okay. So I live on an island, although you don't need a ferry to get over here. But we have had a lot of wind today. Oh my goodness. It has been so windy. It blew my deck furniture all over the patio upstairs. So I've lost power twice, but luckily it came back on. So hopefully we won't lose power as we do our project. So fingers crossed, right? Okay, so I see a little bit of green. I'm almost done with this. And usually I would just have my boards cleaned off before I start a project, just so it doesn't waste so much time. But I actually wanted to show you, you know, alive, really how it works. You know, that you can have a lot of stuff on a board and it can sit there for weeks and you can still get it off. So, you know, it might just take us a few minutes, but we'll get it. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Oh, wait, let me see. I'm gonna turn my board around so I can see it. You're like hiding from me. Okay, a little more water because I did not see. That's all dried up. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a second. But when you have this board eraser, I just use it because if I see some of the shadow of it and didn't get it, their board erasers are so nice. These things are really like tough. They're sturdy. I have tried those board erasers, magic erasers. Those things crumble, and I do not get the same quality that I do with the Chalk Couture board erasers. So I actually really love them, and they're not expensive at all. So, so well worth it because they last a lot longer. That's one thing about Chalk Couture products is, you know, you get a lot of bang for your buck, that's for sure. Because you're getting a reusable transfer, reusable boards. They're squeegees, which I'll go over. I mean, these are just like a silicone. I can use those many times. So it's not like I'm having to replace a lot of stuff. And their chalk paste and their ink goes a long way. So, okay. All right. Nice. I think I have it done. Okay. All right. 5 minutes into a video of cleaning, right? But hey, I still have the same board. I don't have to like go out and buy another board. I can still use the same thing with one nail hole in my wall. I love it. Okay, so as you can see, this board, and then I used this already, but you can also go over it. Okay, and that'll dry. That's all wet right now. And it will be voila, all done. Now I always have paper towels on hand. I always do. So, okay. But we went from that design to this. Sorry, it's still drying, it's still wet. But there we go. Okay. So, I do not see anybody on. I don't know if this is even working. But we're gonna just try. Okay, so this transfer here is going to be available in January. And I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and try it and see how it turns out. I haven't used it, and we're gonna cut it up together and see what kind of design. I'm just gonna wing this. I have no idea. I chose a few colors that I think I'm gonna use, and we're gonna give it a try, and if for some reason I don't like it, I'll wash it off later and I'll redo it. So anyway, you just take it out of your plastic here, and it has lines, as you can see. These lines right here are where you can cut your transfer. Okay, so you can cut them in pieces and then place it on. That you can, with your transfers, you can do so many other things too. Like say, oh, I wanted to just cut things up because I didn't even like the saying, and I just want to cut life and then is, and you know, kind of cut these things up. You can do whatever you want. It's your transfer. So we're gonna go ahead, and hopefully you can see me. I've got a bunch of little stuff laying around. Sorry about that. Okay, hopefully, I'm hoping you can see my board. I don't know how much you can see because I can't see what you see. I'm gonna check, see what, I stopped the Switcher app, which was really nice, but I was on a trial and I need to probably pay for that. So anyway, we're gonna cut this up. And before I do that, these little pieces right here, right there and right there, that's gonna go in for the shoe area. So you'll see how we do that, okay? Those are kind of like add-ons, I guess. All right. Now, I have seen many people use mix and match. We mix and match our transfers all the time. So if you did not want buy the shoes or shoes on there or life is short, I did have it here. Okay, I don't know where I put it. I thought I had it here. But you can put other transfers mix and match, like love the shoes or good day to buy the shoes. We have a lot of different transfers to choose from. So sky's the limit on your creativity. All right. But I think today we're going to use most of this. Okay. So now I have those cut up. I'm going to set those there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use my board this way because, hi, how are you? Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way because I think I want to add ribbon, which I'm going to use this ribbon, and I want to go this way around it rather than, you know, the long ways. So we'll try it and we'll see. If we don't like it, we'll do it again later. So here is the transfer, and when you get a brand new transfer and you peel it off, it's sticky on one side. So you don't want to pull like this because it can start to stretch your transfer out. So you kind of want to get it pulled like that. So now I can have this way. And then this is a shiny side, that is the matte. So when you put this back on, put it on the shiny side, okay? So I just set that aside, and I want you to look at something. I don't know if you can see it. Look at the detail in there. So I have a Cricut, and you know, I love my Cricut maker, but to do something like this and cut it out on a Cricut and then have to weed all those little pieces, I used to like take a long time having to do that. Well, this, you don't have to do that anymore. So if you have questions, please put them in the comments below and I can help answer your questions as well. So again, I've never used this transfer before, so you just want to fuzz it up. And I always use a towel on my work surface. So fuzzing it up means I lay it on a towel and I just kind of rub it on there, and basically getting the little fuzz from the towel onto the back of my sticky side. I'm just going to do that maybe once or twice. And the reason why I do this is because you want a little barrier in between the sticky and your surface, because you don't want it to stick so much to your surface that when you're pulling it up, you start to stretch your transfer, because you want to get as many uses out of this as you can. And you know, like I said, some people get 20 uses out of them. I've gotten a lot of uses out of my transfers, and I want to keep it that way. So now on this board, I hope you can see it. Can you see my board okay? If you can, just give me a thumbs up or something. And are you hearing me okay? Because I'm not sure. I can't tell. I'm just on the Switcher. I don't have a Switcher app anymore. So okay. So I'm just gonna lay that because I want to put my ribbon here. So I'm gonna kind of lay it over here. Let's see. And I think I'm just going to kind of get my placement down of what I want to do. And then we will have the shoes. And I think I'll put that over here. And then buy the shoes. And maybe I'll do it, no, actually, let's do this. Let's overlap it. Ooh, that'll be really pretty. I love to do things differently. Okay, I'm gonna put this back on on here, let's get our shoes. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna put our shoes here, and then we're gonna, right on there, and then we're gonna overlap this kind of with the H and the S. So we'll kind of go on top of that, like over here. And then we can put this kind of maybe in the corner over here, and then we'll add our ribbon. So you can do whatever you want on this. You can add this, you can, you know, like this short, you can, there's so much to do. So, okay, let's do that first. So we're gonna do shoes. Sorry, I like to change it up when it's live, right? You never know. All right. So we're gonna tear that off. We're gonna fuzz this up. Fuzz again. All right, so I'm gonna set this here. Okay. So when you set that on there, basically this is a silk screen in here where you see the writing, and you want to make sure you don't have any bubbles, no air bubbles, because air bubbles means if you get an air bubble in there, then your paste that you apply in there when you squeegee it on can seep out. Okay, it's super easy to clean off. Hi, oh, I'm so glad, thank you. Can you hear me okay, Lillian? Or is it Liliana? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I'm not sure if this is working right. So, but anyway, you wanna make sure there's no bubbles in there, okay? And so I think we should just go ahead and use some red paste. And this is our Chalkology paste, which will go on wet but dry hard. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you're not familiar with, we have these squeegees that we use, and they're like that, and it's kind of like a silicone. So these, you can get so many uses out of them. But what I do is I order several of these because they're pretty cheap, and I cut them up in different sizes. That way I have, you know, this big one on hand, and then I have a bunch of different little sizes. So then that way I can get into the little tiny intricate pieces if I don't want to use this big one to try to get into somewhere. So I'm just letting you know that's what I've got on hand. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and apply our paste. So we just dip in. And if you have any questions, just ask. So basically I am just, I don't know if you can see it. Oops. I'm just covering up the screen area, just staying within the board. Now if you go outside the board, that's okay. We'll clean it up at the end. No big deal. So you can apply generously, and then you can wipe off all the excess at the end. So, and I think I just got paste on my hand because I dipped my finger in there. Okay, so I covered up the screen. Now I'm just gonna take my squeegee, and then I'm just gonna put that back into my jar. And then go across again, wipe it in my jar. Basically, I'm just saving all the excess because I don't like to waste it. Okay. There we go. Now, you want to kind of work quickly, and you don't want it to sit too long because it will dry. And I got this on my hands, so sometimes you want to make sure your hand is clean too because you don't want to get chalk all over the place, right? But let's see how that works. And then I'm just going to peel that off. And there you go. Super easy. Now, if I did that on my Cricut, I would have to weed all of this, and then I would have to throw excuse me, I would be throwing away my vinyl. And this, I don't have to throw away. I just will clean this later. Excuse me. I will just clean this later and I can reuse it. So I am just gonna go ahead and set that aside and tackle that later. And this dries really quickly, probably, I know, isn't that super cool? So wait till we get to this part where, look at the intricacy in that. I mean, that's insane. So wait till we get there. But you can either dry it with a hairdryer really quickly, and it only takes a second, you know, to dry it, or we can let it sit for 5 minutes. So, you know, however long you want to think about your project and let it dry. I'm just going to wipe off my hands real quick because I don't want to get, I'm the biggest, messiest crafter ever, and I always get it all over my hands and everything. So I always keep like these on hand and paper towels. So, because that's me. And when you get to know who Connie is, she's like a messy crafter. Okay, so now we're gonna flip that board around. So now we have shoes. I'm thinking we should just do all the lettering in red. What do you think? I think red, just keep the lettering in red, because we're gonna do the shoes in probably off-white or fresh linen. But then I'm gonna put red underneath the shoes. So let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to see, okay, let's try by the shoes here. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna put by the shoes. I'm gonna fuzz that up again. Just because this is brand new. I haven't used it before, okay? So let's just kind of go at an angle. Now, when you are putting on another transfer, if this paste is wet, dry it first, because you don't want to put this on top of wet because it'll pull your paste right off. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm not touching it, so I'm okay. But again, make sure that you have the air bubbles out. And I think actually, yeah, I think we will use red. We'll use, no, yes, we'll use red again. No, we're gonna use fresh linen. Okay, so this is fresh linen. It's kind of a grayish color, but let's live on the edge, right? Let's throw another color in there. So I'm just gonna use my small squeegee and dip it in there. I'm just gonna cover it. So again, I can apply generously, and then I will take off the excess. Okay, so again, applying it, covering the whole screen, and then I'm just going to remove that excess, put it back in my jar. Do the same thing. All right. Basically, so I can see the lettering again is how I know I've gotten enough off, because you don't want streaks on there. One good thing is you can always wash it off if you have to. Okay, and start over. Okay, and then I always, like when I'm working, I just set it in the lid. All right, and we'll peel that off. Something right there. There you go. Super simple. I love it. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. You can get addicted doing this. So, all right. Now, I think this is dry enough. Yeah. So I think we see, it's dry. So let's tackle our shoes. Hi, Vicki. Hi. That's my sister. I love her to death. She's fantastic. So glad you're joining us. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and look at that. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. That is so beautiful. I love shoes. I can't wear shoes like this anymore, but I love to look at them and watch other people wear them. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to apply that down over here. And we're going to make sure. Now, Vicki, you didn't come on earlier, but I fuzzed this up already. So, let's see here. Oh, there's something inside. Make sure there's nothing inside your transfer. No fuzzies. Hold on. There you go. All right. And I'm getting all those air bubbles out. And wow, it dries fast. It does dry really fast. And as you see, I didn't even use my hair dryer. So, and that will dry fast. And then I can always go back and wash that off later and still have the same surface. This board here that I'm using, I love it. It's called their Aiden board. And it has such a gorgeous frame. It's reusable. And check it out. It's magnetic too. So, super cool. I've used this frame numerous times. Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and use again the fresh linen Chalkology paste on the shoes. And because the fresh linen is kind of, it looks gray, but it's kind of like a light gray off-white. So I don't want anything too stark. So let's go ahead and try that again. I am going to, now when we do this, you can do multiple things with this, okay? I'm going to use the fresh linen on this entire screened part. I'm going to have it all one color. But if you decided, no, I want my shoe in blue and this in black, you can do whatever you want. So that's sometimes when that's why I have multiples of these. And then you can use this one coming down in black, and then you can grab your next one, and then you can just start working with your red and making sure, you know, you're staying in the areas that you want red. So that's why I always have plenty of squeegees on hand. So we're gonna do this in one color, and let's see. So I'm just going to use this squeegee, and we're just going to dip. And if you have any questions, just ask away. I'm here to answer. I started off thinking I was just going to do this as a hobby, and so I signed up to get the 40% off discount. Fell in love with it the minute I got it and signed up as a designer. So now I can have a business opportunity too. One thing about Chalk Couture is you can, you know, sell your finished pieces, which is really nice. I love it. You can hold chalk parties. There's so much you can do. So sky's the limit, right? Okay. So again, I covered that up. And now I'm just going to squeegee off the excess and then put that back into my jar. Okay. And here we go. Let's peel and reveal, right? Okay, so I'm going to try to hold this up so that you can see it. And we're going to come down. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that amazing? Oh golly, I'll tell you, when I used to do Cricut, and I love Cricut, but the weeding involved with me having to do something like this and saying I needed like magnifying glass, this has made my life so much easier. Let's see. I've never done one, but it looks fun. Oh, girl, you've got to try this. This is so much fun. I will post a link after the video in my group so you can check out my shop page. You can message me. I can help you. You can really, this is so much fun. You will love it. It's super easy. I have a VIP group. You are more than welcome to join as well. So when like customers of mine, they buy a product from my page, you can go ahead and post whatever you want in there and make it. Okay. So we could let this dry. So actually I'm gonna let this dry a minute on its own so I don't have to run a hairdryer. And let's get our ribbon for the side, because I was thinking black and white, gray, how cool, right? And yes, I will definitely get you that information and get you all of that as soon as this video is over. You can also go to, it's www.chalkcouture, COUTURE.com/Connie Powell. So that will take you to my shop page. You can look around in there. If you have questions too, please message me, ask me anything you want. I love this stuff, so I'm happy to answer anything, you know, any questions you have. Okay, so usually when I use ribbon, I don't like to like waste a lot of ribbon. I don't know, maybe I'm cheap, right? But I will usually take a piece and then kind of just cut it to the length of the board and stop it there, and then either hot glue it on because I could tear it off later, or you know, or sticky it on, and then I only have partial ribbon. But this time we're going to actually use the whole ribbon. So, but I just take the ribbon while that's drying, and I take this ribbon. And I am not a ribbon maker or a bow maker, but I figured out some ways. I'm just going to cover this paste real quick. Hold on one second, guys, because you don't want your paste to dry out either. So if you're not using your paste, you just add water. Oh, and by the way, when we stir this up, you want to stir it and get like a yogurt consistency. If it gets really dry, I just squirt a couple squirts of water in there and re-stir it. But you know, chalk paste will dry out, so you want to just keep it covered. Okay, so again, I'm not a bow maker, but I think I figured out a way just to kind of fluff it up and make it look like I am. And I'll show you my little trick. So first of all, I leave it on the spool because I never know how much I'll need. And then I just do this. So now I'm just tying it, and then turn it that way. And then I'm just making a bow. Super simple. Okay. And then what I do is, let's see here, then I can pull on each end. All I'm doing here, I don't know if you can see it. Okay. So I just open up the bow part, right? And kind of fluff it up like that. So it looks like a bow. And then I pull down to tighten it, and then fluff it again. And then I can pull this piece down a little bit, pull this one too if I need to. I can straighten out the middle part right here. Basically just kind of, it's hard to do it upside down, but I kind of like straighten this out a little bit, just pull on the ends just so it looks kind of better. And then you can play, you can fluff it. Okay, so it's simple like that, and then I can just turn You know, if I have to twist this around a little bit, I can. Okay, so I'm going to show you something. When you want to do your ends, take your, let's see, maybe I have, okay, I'm going to show you something on this bow. Okay, so like this is a bow I did. You want to take, if you want to cut your ends, hold your ribbon like this, fold it, okay? So you have a rounded edge here, and then you have the opening here. So like I could put my finger in the opening here. Put the opening towards you, and then cut at the diagonal. So, and then you will get, I'll show you. So you've got the opening facing towards you. I'm cutting that way. Voila. Okay? So that's how you can do the ends of your ribbon. So I'm going to fold this towards me. I'm going to cut diagonal going that way. Okay, so I just get that. Okay, sorry, I gotta blow this off because like it got like stuff all over it. So that is how I do my bows and my ribbon. And then I just cut it off, set that aside. Again, fold it towards me. Okay. And then you can fluff it up, you know, you can fluff your bow however you want. You can make this shorter, whatever, but we're not done yet. So hang in there. Okay, we got to finish these shoes. Let's see if it's dry. Oh, check it out. It's already dry. So see, I made a ribbon, I made a bow, it's dry. All right, let's finish off the shoes and then we'll finish off the board. So these were the little pieces that come with the shoes. And let's see, this one will go, I have to figure this out. I've never used it before. Okay, so this one will go for the short one and this one goes for the long one. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna, now, because I have paste already down on here, you want to make sure you fuzz this one up really good, because if this one's too sticky, it can also pull your paste up off of the transfer. So we're going to just fuzz it up a few times. And that again is just putting it on a towel right next to you. Okay, now we're going to line it up. Oh golly, I hope you guys can see this. I'll try to hold it up a little bit for you guys. So we're going to line it up in here. It's hard to see upside down. Okay, and then we're just going to make sure there's no air bubbles in that screen. Okay, so we are going to do red, right? And let's go ahead and get our red. So we got our red paste. I'm almost out of this because I use it so much, but it is amazing stuff. Okay, so now we're going to just cover that up. Probably need to add more water to this because this is getting a little dry. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead, cover that up. Okay, hi Mary, welcome. Sorry, I need like bigger font on my computer there, right? Okay, so again, I am a messy crafter. So make sure your hands are clean before you pull off something. Now we're going to lift that off. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me show you. Look at that. Look at the underneath of that that shoe. Is that gorgeous or what? I want a pair. Okay, even though I can't wear them, I want a pair. And let's see. I am going to go ahead and now get this one. We're going to do the other shoe on this transfer. We're going to fuzz this one up. So fuzz it again because we're going over paste already. Okay, I think that's good. So again, now we're going to place this. Let's see, this little piece right here, the little tiny piece, is going to go on the little shoe part. So that's kind of our guide. Guide it in there. We're going to go ahead, get all those air bubbles out.